So hello everybody. Nice to hear from you today. Well, firstly, as you know, I am the LearnTech Accelerator Coordinator Kati Clemens, and today I am here with a very interesting supplier from virtual reality world. So why don't you introduce yourself and your company a little bit?
Hi, this is Jens Richling from VRLab Academy. We are doing, or I'm civil engineer, but I'm in the, let's say, business of laboratories since 10 years, mainly educational laboratories, but also professional laboratories. Anyway, I met a partner a few years back and we developed this idea to, let's say, to translate or to shift the experiments using in school and universities in the virtual room. Doing the same like in the virtual room, doing the same like in real, but in the virtual room with real data. So this is the main idea of ourselves. We are just brand new. We started this idea 1 year ago and we are producing this software since last year, June. We're producing, and since end of last year, we are introducing it to the market, mainly to the English-speaking markets, because all software is in English now, but we also translate it now in German and in Russian. Okay.
Okay, that sounds very interesting and very cutting edge technology. Everybody's talking about virtual reality right now. But did you have any specific examples of what you started with your product as the very start, or teaching some particular topics or?
Yes, of course. At the end, our experiments are, let's say, the basic experiments you do in school and university. So, for example, I have a video. I can show a few topics of it. Is this okay?
This sounds very good.
Yes.
We'd love to see your product. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, I have to switch you on.
You can get the screen sharing.
Yes, I get screen sharing now. We have. And now for example, with a very easy experiment, the springs and pulley experiments, you see here already, this is in real. You see my mouse?
Yes.
Yes, this is in real. And this whole other thing, this is the virtual room. She's working now here to get in the room. She's getting automatically in the room. And then she looks around. And all doing with the controllers and with the, you see here, she's looking around, and then she goes to the table. And then this one here, this is very interesting. This is a tablet inside the room. There you can look for the theory, what she has to do with all the formulas in, and what is the experiment about. Then she's looking at it. Of course, she's very fast because she knows the program, but in real, it's more slowly. People first have to make them aware of it. Then she chooses now the springs experiment.
So this is physics, I suppose.
This is physics, yes. We have physics, chemistry, and biology, but we started with physics. And then she's doing, she's making the weight. Here you can adjust the height already.
Yeah.
And then you can see later on with your eyes the difference, but it's also calculated in the program.
Yeah.
And all is with the controllers here. And then she's taking the weight. And then you already see, no, not here. Then you already see now you already see here the result.
Yeah.
And this one you can store later on in your, in a folder and can be used for further calculations. For the further lessons for yourself and for thesis and so on. So this is also what you've seen here, this is the big difference between, let's say, animation, virtual reality, and working with real data and with real in real time, with real data and with real results. This is no animation.
Yeah. So the advantage for the user is basically that you don't have to have all of these equipments in the classroom for each of the students, but you could have them basically through these VR classes, even a whole classroom of them, learning at the same time. So this would be much more motivational for the student, and it doesn't cost so much money for the school. Or what do you think is the business case?
Yes, this is one topic of all. This is the business case. So of course this one is a simple experiment. This is not too expensive. You can do it very easily. Also to build it up in the physical classroom. But there are many experiments which schools or even universities don't have, or there's only one experiment in the school. So you can really choose. We have now 60 experiments. You can really do experiments which are very unusual for schools. Also, they're inside the curriculum. So you can widen your teaching with this kind of experiments. And it's flexible. As you said, you can use it in the classroom. You can use it in a laboratory. You can use it somewhere outside in a common area, in a collaborative area or a library, wherever. So this is very flexible to use. And it can be used of the prospect of itself. So there is no hazardous. When you do chemical experiments, often it cannot be done in schools because it's not allowed, dangerous, or the chemicals are very expensive to buy and to throw away afterwards. So this is the alternative to do things you're not allowed to do.
Yeah, of course. So there's a lot of possibilities of how to utilize this technology. Yes. I am thinking, what classes are you using, or does it matter? I mean.
Yes, this matters. This because it's no animation, it's real data. We have scripted on Oculus Rift, and also you need a computer for it with graphic cards, which feeds this Oculus Rift. But we are working to implement also other classes.
Yeah.
But there's only choice between a few companies. This is Microsoft will work maybe in the future with the HoloLenses.
Yeah.
They just issued a new one. The old one was not really appropriate, and there's another competitor to name. It's HTC. We are in a developers day in 2 weeks' time in London, and there we want to also implement this for HTC. So these are the three options at the moment.
How are you seeing at the moment? Is mixed reality going to overtake the virtual reality, or this kind of like hologram technology and all of this? How do you see the future of this area?
This is how do you see? When I'm new, this is of course holograms will come. At the moment, it kind of things. It's maybe not appropriate, and also, of course, of education. At the end, it all has to fit in the curriculum, and this is the main task. You can do many things already now with animations, with HoloLens, but this is let's say playing around, extra curriculum. It will come, and also this one will come as in a collaborative way. They're working on standalone classes now, which might work. I cannot say I can see the future that it will come, but I can not say it's next year, it's in 5 years, or where the development is going. At the end, education is not driving this business. This is from the gaming or the business. Let's say the industry is driving the development. So we can only take things out and put it in, let's say, inside the curriculum somehow.
Yeah, yeah, this is what I am seeing as well, and what we were discussing already in the bed show in London where we met. That definitely education is maybe not the field where the most of the innovation happens, and this is why these innovation projects are very important, and this support so that the innovation can happen also in the educational technologies. Mm. Well, thank you for showing. Do you have some way that potential customers could be getting in touch with you, or?
Yes, of course. We have a homepage. We are labacademy.com. Where is it? I can show you. And there is the. No, my internet is very slow.
Mm. You can give me the address, and we can put it to the underneath this because we're gonna make a YouTube video out of this session, and we can link your contact details there and your website as well.
So and there you can contact me anytime. I will reply within one day at least, or my team will reply. First the info goes to the team. So you can connect to us anytime, and we're happy to implement this in the education. Of course, our software, and we are sure it will come, as we have seen in London, it will come, but the let's say the standard is not set yet. How this will be implemented in the education. But this is, of course, something we have to do maybe as well together. But of course, it will come for sure.
How do you have you been testing in real classroom environments?
Yes, we have been testing in real classrooms already, in 2 classrooms, but also which field is very interested for it. It's the science centers, science museums. We have now 2 in Germany. We have one in not well-known Phänomenta in Lüdenscheid, which we will install next week, and then we have a contract already, or order from the Deutsche Museum in Munich, which is the biggest science museum in the world. So they're also, let's say, chasing after this technique to implement this in their environment.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Yes, we can discuss this a little bit later as well, because I have worked some time together with the Science Centers of Europe for open educational resources. So there is clearly this kind of bridge between the informal and formal education, and definitely we are moving towards the where learning is going to happen outside the classroom as well. And it's interesting to see that, okay, maybe the virtual reality classes, for example, or these kind of experiments, you have time to do them when you are visiting a science center, but maybe the teachers are not confident enough to use them inside their own classrooms yet. I mean, before they become mainstream for every single living room, let's say. So I think that this is a good point of, like, easing the users into this by having the early adopters use them inside this science center. So that's a very good.
We are also working on a makerspace now for a college. They will make in an open, it's Makerspace VRLab. I don't know what's it called exactly. But this is for now, let's say, the most beneficial way to introduce it. As you said, teachers not quite sure how to use it in the curriculum, how to use it by hand, what does it do with their teaching. This is something which takes time, for sure will take time, but will come. Like, let's say, the e-boards, now it's usual to have. 10 years ago, no one could understand how to use it. So same here. Yes.
So how do you see, like, the innovation on this field? That when are we going to be in a situation where the teacher is going to be able to make content themselves? So by at the moment it is pretty much that there has to be a content provider that it has made the content ready somehow, and there is not very much of this, like, that they could, like, for example, open some virtual tablets and make the experiment themselves, and, like, make it just as easy as you are making a PowerPoint nowadays. How many years until that?
I don't know. We started already with a kind of the thing.
Yeah.
I can show you if you want to
Yeah,
see,
sure.
and
Yeah.
it's we are doing a collaboration. I have to first switch you on again. You see?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have established. We've done this already with one or two. Collaboration sheet means institution give informations what they want,
Yeah.
the theory, the target of the experiment, the summary, the necessary materials. So there could be already a basic collaboration.
Yeah.
They tell us what they want, and then the next step would be maybe they can do something of their own. Let's say virtual reality is divided in three things. These are the models.
Yeah.
This is the, let's say, the virtual environment, and this is the coding, the scripting for the controllers and so on. So maybe someone has to have the later on the one who's doing the scripting, he has to put all together. But this is in the near future already. So sometimes when you make, for example, an experiment, I don't know, an easy one, for example, the springs and pulleys. So some of the classroom of the teams of the classroom of the classes can make, for example, the models.
Yeah.
And then we implement it in the room. Or they make the room, we implement it in the model. To make a full later on, I think this will take longer time and is already professional work.
Yeah.
But of course, parts of it can be sourced out to institutions. This will come very soon, I think.
Yeah, I think content creation is like the key, because the users and specifically teachers, when they're making the materials, they like everything to be ready, except they want to make a little twist which makes it, their own content. So they like everything to be quite ready, but then they still want to make a little bit of their own touch on the content. So yeah.
And also what we want to establish is let's say a league, which like the robotic league, which they compete to each other. Some teams from a school, from anything, and not with the, let's say, basic experiments from school. For example, with artificial intelligence, which we preparing already, and so we can make a league. High school of Helsinki against another high school of Helsinki, whatever. And this will be first test will be by end of this year with a few classes. This is also to engage the people to do more in this.
Yeah.
To do in this virtual reality and to catch them. Yes.
This sounds great. I mean, I'm sure our schools are very interested in how to compete with others and be in this global collaboration. So that sounds good.
Yes, sure.
Well, thank you very much. I think this has been very, very interesting, and also very interesting for our procurers and our schools. We can now go to the questions.